Oh my god, that is so horrible.
And honestly, I don't like this truck. It's honestly because of the interior. Now before you start smashing that dislike button, Okay, a lot of you probably have disliked that video, but if you come across this video after I posted this video a while back, which was November 24th, 2022, welcome back. If not, welcome to Mechanic Built. My name is Nick, and here on this channel, this is going to be our mobile shop talk, where we talk about everything that goes on in the automotive industry. As you can see, this was an old video that I posted a while ago talking about the quality control of the interior of the Toyota Tundra. Times have changed over the last 2 years, more people have come out, and guess what? As of May 30th, 2024, Toyota has now officially created a recall for the model year 2022 to the 2023 Toyota Tundra and the Lexus vehicles. If we kind of read it here, and I have it highlighted, right here, Toyota is saying that there's a possibility that certain machining debris may not have been cleared from the engine when it was produced. In the involved vehicles, this can lead to potential engine knocking, engine rough running, engine no start, and loss of motive power. A loss of motive power while driving at higher speeds can increase the risk of a crash. Toyota is currently developing the remedy for this issue. Now, if you don't know the number of this recall, that number is going to be 24TA07 through Toyota. And essentially, this only covers the Toyota Tundra 2022 and 2023 Toyota Tundra years and some of the Lexus LX vehicles. It doesn't specify a year. There has been talks that when it comes, when the vehicles involved will be notified would be July 2024. There would be also the 2024 model year Tundras being involved with this, and there's been talks about the possibility of some of the Lexus LS flagship sedan being affected by this recall. Let's look at this from a mechanic standpoint. Well, you're kind of clicking on this video because you want to hear my opinion on this. First of all, the recall requires you to essentially replace the whole entire short block of the vehicle. And with that being said, that if you bought a brand new vehicle and you don't even have it for 5 years, again, this is just me coming from a mechanic standpoint, you are going to take it into a shop, break everything down to essentially the short block from the factory, replace the short block, put on the original heads, intake manifold, plenum, headers, you name it, fuel system, put it back together, and hopefully that technician does everything to factory spec and give it back to you. This voluntary recall that was posted in May 30th was kind of vague, and a lot of people are kind of frustrated that with the possibility of Toyota QC lacking, because over the years they've produced so many engines, and next thing you know, that certain machining debris was overlooked. And what I've kind of done my research is that they realized that this was a problem of February 2023, and they're just now kind of releasing it. And we've already sold about 200,000 Toyota Tundras to the public. Now, to me, this seems like this has been kind of put out to the public in layman's terms, because I have a feeling that there is more what's going on with these short blocks than Toyota wants to let us know. What's going on with these short blocks is essentially that the main bearing on the crankshaft has went out, and thus you're getting that knocking noise, or you're seeing those videos of the Toyota Tundras knocking. That's where we get to this recall. And another thing too, this kind of also debunks that only 0.04 or whatever magical percentage that has also been going around on the internet, where mostly Toyota fanboys, in my opinion, are going around and saying, well, I've only seen 100 videos and they sold X amount of trucks, so it's only 0.04. Obviously, not everyone's posting their issues on the internet, because Toyota has officially come out that about 100,000 vehicles need to get a new short block. So with that being said, take it with a grain of salt. These blocks, you're basically completely tearing down your engine just to replace one component, which is a very major component, which is a short block, rather than Toyota saying, well, you know what, we'll just give you a brand new crate engine. And to me, this is obviously, you know, they have to look at their bottom line, and this is probably the most affordable. Instead of, you know, slapping in new heads and, you know, hundreds of components, they could just slap on a few components, which is a short block, pistons, crankshaft, main bearings, and connecting rod bearings, and call it a day. Going this route is going to save Toyota money. I give them props for addressing the problem, but I am very weary about how this is going to look on the brand new Toyota Tundras, because guess what? You're going to buy a Toyota Tundra, short block has been replaced, or you bought a Toyota Tundra and you already have one and you're having issues and you have to get that short block replaced. So either way, again, it seems like a blessing in disguise, but we will see. And if anything else comes up, I will post about it, because this is, again, if you don't know anything about recalls, usually airbags, fuel pumps, whatever, you know, minor stuff could happen to hundreds of thousands of vehicles. In my opinion, mechanically is not really a big issue. My current Lexus right now has a airbag recall for the passenger side, and to me that's not a big deal. But, you know, I have a coworker that also owns a 2022 Toyota Tundra. He got the recall, and I kind of get his anxiety. Not only he has to worry about this recall, but now he has multiple recalls on his 22 Tundra. Some of these recalls require electric parking, brake ECU reprogramming. You have another one that the Tundra and the Tundra HV increased risk of fire. Another recall pretty much saying that the vehicle may move while it's in neutral position. And then obviously this one, the T4TA07, which is engine may stall during driving. And then the T3TA03, that the tonneau cover may come off while driving. That one's really not that big of a deal, but a lot of things are happening with the Tundra, and from what he's told me, he's had like this love-hate relationship with the truck. He's worried about his equity just tanking down, because now the truck won't be worth as much as when he tries to resell it, if he wants to get out of it, but he might just keep the truck at the end of the day. So like I assumed, with this recall coming out, and what Toyota is probably going to announce around July 30th, is that we are going to be seeing a lot of the short blocks being possibly replaced in these Toyota Tundras. Now again, I kind of take what I said from the LS. I've only heard that the LS might be added, but I'm not too worried about the Lexus LS, just due to the fact that it is manufactured in Japan, while these Tundras are manufactured here in the States, and that might be making the biggest difference. And all the problems with the engines are being done at the Toyota American plant. A lot of people have just strictly switched to buying Toyotas made in Japan just because of all the headaches they've been going through with these Toyota Tundras. And even with the new Lexus LX, technicians are even coming out, or the one technician that I did see replace the engine said that he's never done a engine swap on a Lexus before. This is definitely big news for at least Toyota, because reliability is their selling point. Like I mentioned earlier, this is just another list of recalls to add on the Toyota Tundra. And when the news comes out, what Toyota says, and if there's anything new going towards this truck, because originally I made that video way back then with the 2022 model, and just kind of gave my personal opinions on quality control. Well, now we're here, and it's unfortunate that this truck is just doing not so hot. And I wish I'd like to see this 3.5 motor do well, because especially it having the hybrid variant, even though the hybrid variants don't seem to be affected with blown motors, this could just be a whole entire learning curve for Toyota. And unfortunately, we just end up being the unfortunate guinea pigs. But then again, do you plan on still getting a Tundra? Do you own a Tundra? Are you one of those individuals that have honestly just gotten rid of your Tundra and went for a Japanese Toyota-made Toyota? Other than that, guys, my name is Nick. Hope to see your comments below, and this is Mechanic Built, and we're out.